Hello friends, in this video I am going to explain you the static routing. In the coming videos I will cover the dynamic routing. Now what you mean by static routing? Routing performed by admin. Routes are manually added to each and every router. Advantages of static routing. It is having less overhead compared to the dynamic routing. No bandwidth uses between the routers. Disadvantages of static routing. So knowledge of the internetwork or the plan or the blueprint of entire network is required if you want to configure the static routing. And when new network is added, then it is network engineers or the network admin's responsibility to add routes to the each and every other previous routers manually. So you can think it is not feasible in the large network. So let I configure it in a packet tracer. So let I take first two routers, router 1 and router 2. Also I take the two PCs, right? So I have pressed the control key. Then you can drag and drop multiple devices simultaneously. So press the control key and click on this device. So you can put simultaneously number of the devices. So let me add the switch in between two switches. This is I consider as a manual router. So let I switch off it and taking the NM4S. Take it on. Then here off, then NM4OS to connect two routers in a WAN. So let me take the DC cable which is connected to this serial one. Then straight through cable. So now how I am going to give the IP addresses to this network. So this network I consider as a 10 network. So I will give the IP address 10.10.2 to this, 10.0.0.3 to this, and here I consider the 20 network. So 20.0.0.1, 20.0.0.2, and this is the 30 network. So this is the 30.0.0.1. Then I will give 30.0.0.2. Then here I will give 30.0.0.3. So let I first give this IP address to each and every PC. So here I will give 10.0.0.2. Pressing the tab key, then here is the default gateway that I will configure over here as a fast Ethernet 00 port of the router. Then in the next 10.0.0.3 tab, then default gateway 10.0.0.1 in our case. Let me also give this side 30.0.0.2 tab, 30.0.0.1 that I will give as a default gateway to this network. 30.0.0.3, 30.0.0.1 as a default gateway. Now let I give the IP address. So first I will configure the entire topology. Then I will configure the static routing. So enable, then go to the config tag, config, then interface, first FA00 LAN site. So write no shut to make it on. You can see now it become green now. Then go to the interface FA00, then give the IP address to 10.0.0.1 subnet mask. Also if you want some help, then press the question mark. So here it's 0, 0, 0. Now interface SE10. Let I press no shut. Right. You can see the clock symbol. So here it's a DC side. So I require to give the clock rate as well. Clock rate, then question mark. Right. Let me take these middle one, 64,000 bits per second. So IP address 20.0.0.1, right, and subnet mask this. Control Z, then let me save it, copy, run, start. Right. So almost I have completed the IP address to the left side. Now let me move to the right side. So enable, then config T, interface FA 00, no shut, then IP address 30.0.0.1, then we require subnet mask 255.0.0.0. Right. Now interface serial 10 of router 2, then IP address 20.0.0.2. Two double 5.0.0.0. Copy, run, start. Right, to save it. Okay, let me give the IP addresses to this computer as well. Okay, that I have given. Okay, I have given it, right? Okay. Now let me check the routing table of this router. Show IP route. So only one is there because I have not pressed the no shut on serial 10, right? So press no shut. So now you can see it become green now. Control Z, let me check the show IP route. So it's a contain this two IP address which is directly connected. These see the indication of this route is directly connected. This route is also directly connected. So by default, each and every router having the knowledge of directly connected routes. So let me check in this router as well. So IP route. So also this router is also having two routes which is directly connected, right? So now let I configure the static route over here. So in the static route, first we have to go to the config mode. Then command is IP route. Then here you have to give the entire destination network. So this is the destination network which is not known to the router 1, right? Entire network, not the individual PC like 30.0.0.2, 30.0.0.3. This entire network is 10 network. So here I have to give 30.0.0.0 and subnet mask of the network, which is in our case 255. And next is entry point of this network. You can see this is the entry point, right? So this is the entry point address of this network. So entry point of this network is 20.0.0.2, which is the entry point of this network. Now press Ctrl Z and show IP route. Now you can see this one. The new route is added with S. S represent it's added as a static routing. So this route is added static routing via 20.0.0.2. Now let I configure over here in the second router. So config T, then IP route and destination network. In this case 10.0 and subnet mask of the network and entry point of this network. So here the entry point is 20.0.0.1, right? So which is the entry point of this network, control Z. Now show IP route. Now you can see I have added this network as well, right? So let me check the connectivity between this to this first one. So let me ping it. So ping 30.0.0.2, right? So it will take some time because it will perform the ARP, right? Then it will continue. So now next, let I again write ping 10.0.0.2. So it's connected now. So now, as I said, in the some disadvantage of static routing, so it is not feasible to the large network and it creates the problem when new network is added. So when new network is added, as I said, it is the network engineer's responsibility to add the routes to the other previous routers manually. That I want to show. So let me add the new router over here. Let me take the switch as well. Off and let NM4S make it on once again. Then so I consider these as a network 40.0.0.0. So that's why I will give the IP address at this interface 40.0.0.1 and this interface 40.0.0.2 and this one consider as a 50 network. So 50.0.0.1 and here I will give 50.0.0.2 and here I will give 50.0.0.3. So let me give first the IP address to each and every PC. So 50.0.0.2 tab default gateway 50.0.0.1. Here again 50.0.0.3 then 50.0.0.1. So now again you can see here the clock and here is also clock. So for this network we consider this is the master and this is the slave. But for this network this will become master and this will become slave. So here is required to give the clock rate to this because for this network this is the master that will provide the clock to this router. But for this network we consider this is the master that will provide the clock to this router, right? So please remember this. So let me configure this first. Config T. Then I interface serial 11, right? That you can see. Press no shut. Then we have to provide clock rate 64,000 bits per second. Then IP address 40.0.0.1 255.0.0.0. Control Z, then save it. Copy, run, start. Now this side. Enable, then configuration mode, then interface serial 10, no shut to make it on. You can see now it becomes green now, and IP address 40.0.0.2 subnet mask. Now let me give the IP address to the LAN side. Fast Ethernet 00. No shut. IP address 50.0.0.1 255.0.0.0. Control Z. Then save it. Copy, run, start. Now let me check the routing table of every router, right? So here is having the knowledge of 40 network and 50 network. Let me check this first one. Show IP route. So having the knowledge of 10, 20 and 30. So here is also having the knowledge of show IP route. 10, 20, 30 and 40, right? One is added, we added as a static route, another which is directly connecting network. Now we have to add each and every route. So let me start from here. So here is the knowledge of 10, 20 and 30. So still we require to add 40 and 50, right? Manually. That you can see what if we are having the 100 networks, 200 networks, 500 networks, 1000 networks, right? So it become very difficult to handle and add the routes manually. IP route 40.0.0.0, right? And subnet mask and the entry point of the network. You can see I am on the first router, right? So entry point of this network is this, not this, right? Because this is not known to us. This is the entry point 20.0.0.2. 20.0.0.2, right? Press up arrow key and make it to 50. Let me check the routing table. Now it is having the knowledge of now 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Now the second router. Here 10, 20, 30 and 40. Still it doesn't have the knowledge of 50. So it's now network administrator responsibility to add as a static route. Now entry point of this to the 50, this router, right? 50, it's this one, 40.0.0.2. 40.0.0.2. Again check the routing table. Okay, now here in the router having the two routes are added as a statically and others are directly connected routes. The last one, right? So this router having the knowledge of just 40 and 50. So we have to add the other routes. IP route 10.0.0.0, 255.0.0.0 and entry point. From here entry point this side. So 40.0.0.1. 40.0.0.1. So press up arrow key 20 and here 30. Right. Control Z, show IP. Now you can see all the networks are added. Now you can think of if we are having the 100 networks, 200 networks, 500 networks and 1000 networks. So let I ping from this to this side. So ping 50.0.0.2. It will take some time because of the ARP address resolution protocol, right? First time, but not next time. So configure. So let me convert into the simulation mode. Edit filters. Ping use the ICMP, right? So make it off. Then source and this as an destination. Make it off. Auto control and auto capture and play now. Now you can see. Also for the detailed information you can click on this packet as well, right? So that will show you these different layers, 7. Layer 1, layer 2, layer 3 for the information, right? Because router box on 3 layers. So it will show you the 3 layers. Now this is the ICMP request message, which is received successfully by PC4 by 50.0.0.2. Now it will generate the ICMP reply message. If it is not successful and if you not added the root over here, then you will get the request timeout message. Reply is also successfully received. Hope you enjoy it. We will meet in the next video. Bye then.